Then I fell down, couldn't believe it until I stood up, 10 toes behind Jesus.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new episode on 10 Toes Behind Jesus podcast. My name is Britley, and I'm happy you guys are here. It's the holiday season. I hope you guys are able to spend so much time with family and you guys are having a great time. In today's episode, it's going to be one of those kind of like my thoughts while reading the Bible, if that makes sense. I know I said I want to do more videos like this, but I think I only did one. But I kind of want to speak from, it's going to be one chapter, but it's going to be like two different things. For one, let's start with Abraham. So, guys, I found out something new with Abraham through Bible study. And this is why I go so hard on why you need to go to church, why you need to go to Bible study, Sunday school, whatever it is, because God has called people that are so much wiser than you, so much more knowledgeable than you. They have way more experience. Simply, I mean, you can just be honest. Older people, they know more because they've been living here longer. You know what I'm saying? And so it's good to read on your own. It's good to do stuff on your own in addition to you learning and sitting up under somebody who has a lot more experience than you. And you can learn so much. I've learned so much and continue and forever will be learning. That's the best part about it. You never get to a cap. You never get to a point where you've learned it all. But, sorry, I went on a little rant. But I said that to say, I learned something about Abraham, okay? In Bible study. We know Abraham offered up his son Isaac as a sacrifice. I thought that was solely an act of obedience. God told him to do it, and he did it. That's I mean, that's I don't even have the words to be able to do what he did out of obedience. I'm not trying to downplay that part, but I'm just saying I didn't know that he also did that as an act of faith because he believed God would raise his son back up from the dead. I didn't know that. I did not know he had the mindset of, okay, I'm offering my son up because I know you're going to raise him from the dead and bring him back. Hebrews 11, and it says this in Hebrews 11 and 19. And what really blows my mind about all of this is at this point, God had never raised anyone up from the dead before. So for us, we have faith. Faith comes by hearing, right? We've heard of the miracles, the testimonies. We've seen miracles. We've seen stuff with our eyes. Like we have all this proof of God doing something. So that increases our faith, increases our belief. God, I know you can do it again. You did it once before, you can do it again. God had not raised anyone up at this point. So for him to go off, for his faith to strictly go off of not even seeing, not even hearing of this being a possibility is like a whole nother level. And it makes me think, how much more faith should we have? We have the opportunity. Is the opportunity? We're in the position where we've seen the miracles. We've heard the miracles. We've read the miracles, right? Abraham didn't have that, and he still had faith. That just blows my mind. That just blows my mind. So anything, I don't care what it is. You don't even have to tell me, but anything you are going through, God can fix it. God can do it. Even if it's unheard of. If there's been no other story or you haven't heard any of this happening before, it doesn't matter. God can do it. So that's one thing. In that same chapter, we read down. I think this is what I really want to get to. Verse 20. 25, 4. Hebrews 11, verse 24 says, by faith. Okay, sorry, I'm talking. Okay, by faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. Moses could have been living lavish like a king, feet kicked up, making orders, no struggle at all, no hardships at all. That could have been the life for Moses. But he chose to suffer affliction with the people of God. He chose that instead of the pleasures of sin for a season. So him staying and living like a king and doing that's the pleasures of sin. I take that as the things of this world that feel good to us, to our flesh. We enjoy it. Let's be real. We enjoy those things. But it's sin. And right here, sin for a season. What is that going to help us with? When it's all said and done, it's over, Only what you do for Christ will last. But this is just so good to me because it says, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater than riches. Striving after Christ is greater than riches, greater than anything. So when you're going through, think about Moses. Moses had the choice, and he chose to suffer. Now we don't have stuff we're going through, like, we don't choose it, right? But would you choose it if you knew that it would make you closer to God? Or would you choose it if you knew it aligned with God's will for your life? Would you choose it? Moses did. I just think that is so good. And Moses went through a lot. But he's still saying, that's still better. That's still greater. Y'all just read Hebrews chapter 11. That's basically what this podcast. And this literally only 3 verses in Hebrews chapter 11. I remember, so me and a group of friends, we read the Bible all the way through in the Bible app. I sent book by book, and just a group of us did it. Some people came late. Some people dropped out early. Some mix, the group we started with wasn't the group we finished. But when I remember reading this chapter, and it just always has stuck with me because it names the people there's a New Testament, Hebrews in the New Testament. It names the people in the Old Testament, and it talks about the faith that they had. By faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. By faith, Abraham did what he did. By faith, Noah. It's just so good, y'all. This thing right here. And this is not even. I haven't even understood the surface of it. That's one of the greatest joys of following God and following His word, is that it's so much more. We have a lifetime of learning more about God. That is so exciting to me. Whew, okay, but I guess that's all for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helped. I hope this helped increase your faith. It did for me. For Abraham to have never seen nothing of someone being raised from the dead, God raising someone from the dead, and to literally have the faith that God could do it, It's like one of those, it's like when you invent something, no one's ever thought of it before. Like before TV came out, do you think anyone was like, ooh, I imagine a square that can play a picture video? Like, that's not even a thought. That's how I think of it was Moses and he said, okay. All right. Love you guys. Don't forget to stay 10 toes behind Jesus because you know he's 10 toes behind you. See y'all in the next video.
I fell down, couldn't believe it until I stood up 10 toes behind Jesus.